Alrighty guys, so once we've looked at physical proofing and eliminated conducive conditions encouraging rodents into the property, we're still likely to need to place bait stations or traps. However, these prior steps will drastically reduce the level of infestation as well as the frequency of them popping up. As mentioned, there are two main ways I would recommend controlling rodents, either by way of traps without the use of poisons, or by using bait stations which contain an active ingredient designed to kill the rodent when they consume it. Both ways can be very effective, although there are pros and cons to both methods, so ultimately it comes down to a personal preference. So with trapping methods, we can use a snap trap, which catches the rat and typically kills it quite quickly, or you can use a live trapping method where you could potentially euthanize the rodent later on, or you could try to relocate it if you were not looking to kill the rodents, but simply remove them from your property. Not killing them is perfectly understandable, however, we need to consider where we would relocate them and what problems we were causing for the next person who encounters them. Ultimately, given the environmental and economical damage they cause, I would recommend eliminating them wherever possible, but absolutely endorse humane approaches with this. What I wanted to focus on was more of the snap trap or baiting options. So for both methods, we need to understand which rodent we're dealing with. Mice, for example, tend to stay close or not venture too far from their new home, so placing the stations close together in problem areas is more crucial, as in every 1 to 2 meters compared to rats, which can probably be every 8 meters or so. Mice also tend to investigate new things fairly readily, whereas rats are considered neophobic or afraid of new things in their environment. I think we all know somebody like that. This simply means that they may take more time to get used to the new stations, so you may not get results immediately. Now, before we install any stations, we must consider the risks. If we have people that can access the area, in particular children or animals, we must consider what we're placing and if we can install them at all. There are snap trap stations available that are fully concealed, where little hands and paws can't get to, but they can be bulky and impractical. Your smaller snap traps can fit between fridges or cabinets, away from hands, although if they're accessible, they can slam down on tiny fingers. So please always consider this. When it comes to using baits, these can come in paper packets or cardboard stations that kids or animals could tear right into. I highly recommend always using tamper-proof, hard plastic lockable stations that are not easy to access, except for the rodent of course. And this is also crucial if placing anything externally. Cardboard stations will be affected by the weather, and non-target pests like birds, for example, could get into them and be harmed. Hi guys, hope you're enjoying the DIY series. If you are, it would mean a lot to us if you can give us a like and consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. We make content here every week. Cheers guys.